not a theoretical meeting. People that are speaking to us today, they are people that we know are success stories. So I want you to ready your mind. Oh, I was talking about Sokoto. The summary of that story is, after the Nysc, I knew that I was not going to be searching for any job. And I knew what I wanted to do is to be a master of ceremony. You see, within that 8 years, no, it's not 8 years, it's 7. Yes, thank you. Within that, after that 7 years, you know what I've achieved? Simply, this MC that I'm doing, I've traveled out of the country with it. One, I've hosted governors, I've hosted senators, I've hosted bank industries, I've hosted convocation lectures, big like that. You see, with that MC that I'm doing, that little MC I'm doing, as little as it is, I've never worked anywhere. That same MC is what I used to train myself for master's program. That same MC is what I'm using to run my PhD in Uni at the moment. That same MC is what I'm using to feed my wife and the children. It is very bad if after this NYSC you don't have a blueprint of what you want to do. You see, outside I met a core member. She has collected 150 from me because I did POS from her business, right? So the convener of this program has all this in mind, that your spirit can be stirred up. That is why the first speaker that will be addressing us is not just anyhow person in this Osho state. Is a success story. Can we please put our hands together for Mr. Adebayo Philip as he's taking over the stage right now, right here. Can we please celebrate Mr. Adebayo Philip?
Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Please respond. I'm not here to waste my time. I don't speak to failures. Hello? Coppers, we. Coppers, we. Please, I want us to stand up. I don't waste time. And I'm not here just to talk. I'm here to speak to you so that we can take the next step. The topic that we have as a guide is empowering youth for financial independence so that we can have local impact. If you think I'm going to speak about economic theories, well, you will get it in the slide. I'm here to share my story so that it will motivate you, so that it will help you to take your own decision, so that probably we meet on the journey. Please take this thing from me. Whatever I'm going to tell you, I promise under God, I'm not going to lie to you. I will tell you the truth. Don't think I'm going to talk about the petroleum subsidy. I'm not going to repeat it. Subsidy is gone. But I'm not here to say anything about that. Coppers, we. Coppers, we. Do you know my age? But you know your age. Abi, you know your age. Look around you. Your friend is loaded. The person you are sitting with, that you are standing with right now, is loaded. But it's unfortunate that we can't see. Hello? Hello? It's unfortunate that many of us cannot see, even though we have naked eyes. Please take this from me. Being a graduate in Nigeria as of today is over-celebrated. It's what? Over-celebrated. It's over-celebrated. You know why? Some people will say education is a scam. Education is never a scam. But the curriculum we are running in this country is a big scam. How do you want to explain somebody that studied banking and finance? You study accounting in the college. You study botany, psychology, sociology. And at the end of your service in the college, all what they turn you out is to become unemployed, is to become underemployed. How do we go from here? How? Please, don't waste your time. Oh. The time is fast running. It is better you don't play your time. What I have scheduled is to talk about my own story. I did my orientation camp in Adamawa, and I came back to Osun to serve. And today, I am grateful to God. I don't have a holistic plan to leave the shore of this nation. But I tell you, there is money in this country. You may not believe me, but I tell you, there is money where? There is money where? You are the same person that you have for the next 5 years, except for the books you read and the company you keep. I know for sure over 2 billion they have last year. How many people got the money? Because most of us, we don't have structures with our business. Structures and systems. We don't have anything that saves you time, energy, and money is what they call system. Forget about jargons. They call English. So they gave me 4.8 million. And I pay back 4 years. Where will you see that? And let me shock you. I've always been paying. I pay back 23 times. With only 620 something thousand. That was the interest. Until today, I still have the machine. So where do you see the concept of don't borrow? There are bad debts and there are good debts. It has to do with your character and what you know, and then the discipline that you bring on board. So I pay back the money. You know, I said that we have about 13 people currently on our payroll. Not that we have everything. For those who be asking questions, not that we have every one of them. As we move, it's become difficult and are wasting our time to deliver. We think, okay, this is a job description. Can we get somebody fitting for this job? Then we employ. Because every time I turn to pray and think, God, why is my own life? Can't I just get a big job to get this? And the answer that I've always get is so that you can share your story. So please, this is important to me. Because when people say there's no money in Nigeria, I don't even know what to say. So I pay back the 4.8 million. And a good turn, we do what? We deserve another. And they gave me another money too. 8.1 in 2021. Please help me to clap for my Oga. Because my paper is still waiting for expansion. I needed more money, more than 8.1. But let me shock you. The person that gave me 2 million, because the policy of BOI is they don't want to give you money and go and do other things. They want that money to come back because that money you see with them is OPM, other people's money. I refunded the 4.8. What do you think will happen? They gave me 8.1 and I paid back. About 1 point something, but 1 million nine or so was the cost of fund on it for 3 years. Because immediately after COVID, they reviewed downward. The interest was 9 million before COVID. And after COVID, they reviewed downward to 7%. Tell me if your commercial bank can give you that. If you know you have an idea, please go to BOI. Don't wait for grants. So, I refunded the 500,000 to this my Oga, and he gave me 2 million naira. Because the policy of BOI is they want to see that equipment. They fund industry. You know you have an idea. Please don't wait. So, this my Oga gave me 2 million. With the little that I have, I got the machine, I brought it to office. And immediately, in less than 2 weeks, BOI fulfilled their own part. They paid my supplier, and the supplier refunded, and I paid my Oga. And let me shock you again. In 2018, you know I said it's a journey. It's a big journey that requires you, your character, and your brain. I have not mentioned government in all of this. Not that we don't take government job. If we see, we will take. But the point is you will pay us. Because you cannot hold our money and the interest is running in bank. And they will not want to pay you on time. That's another day. So, I have another idea again. And I went to pitch to explain. Because I've already refunded the 200, the 500, and then the 2 million. I turned to one good bank there, Fidelity Bank. They tried. In fact, the regional manager came all the way from Ibadan. I wanted about 30 million at that time to buy a particular machine because I always buy and I will keep buying. Shebi, you are the one that say there is no money in Nigeria. So I went to pitch my idea to this my Oga in 2018. And guess what? We are not related by blood, though, even we are not from the same state. He gave me 20 million naira. I did not sign anything with him. He did not sign anything. He gave me 20 million naira. God forbid. What of if he dies? And I turned to say he did not give me any money.
Yes.
That's big risk that he took for me. Gave me 20 solid million naira in 3 tranches. 3.5, 6.5, and solid 10 million naira.
10 million.
I paid back in 28 months or so. And after that one, he now said, yes, you now need to pay interest. And I paid back 7 million naira. Making how much? 27 million naira.
27.
Yes. Is that same business that you want to be working with me and to be playing with my business?
Exactly.
Because you say entrepreneur, people are difficult to work with. They are this, they are that. Is it because I didn't come today? Or guys just shouting on me? So is that 7 million naira your money?
No.
That was the cost on that fund. So you want me to be playing with my business? So I paid back the 7 million naira on top that 20 million because nobody was willing to help. He gave me the money, and the machine we bought with that machine, we are still using it to today. So please always buy right.
Thank you.
With this few story, I think I've been able to convince you.
Convince.
I'm not here to confuse
And
everybody.
not to confuse.
Nigeria is good.
Yes, sir.
Financial independence is very possible. Only if you are ready to go on the journey by the set of rules.
Distinguished.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For this opportunity.
Thank you. To address us is Mr. Akindele Ayobami, representing Mr. Temitope Oladejo, is the guest speaker here to quietly come and address us. All right, while we are waiting for him, please welcome David Light.
Union Show convocation, I think last week, last week, yeah. And I was speaking with one of the students. Right now, she already bakes. She's a law graduate, 4.0 law graduate. She already bakes. She knows how to bake. She knows how to cook. She's already catering for events. Now, that kind of a person, and she's a law graduate and very sound too academically. That kind of a person does not really need somebody already to start telling her this is what you do, this is what you do. But some of us don't have that opportunity, and we are here today. That is why this organization, put together by Mr. Nifemi Ojo, put this program together just to help us channel our energy through that thing that we know how to do. And very soon we are going to be having so many breakout sessions. What you know how to do may be different from what I know how to do. Let me let you know something. That thing that you can do, just picture that very thing that you can do, that 1, 2, 3, 4 persons have told you, this thing is nice, please concentrate on it. If it is talking, you speak very well. One person has told you, you speak very well, another person has told you. Please focus your attention on that area, and you will see yourself doing excellently well in that area. Please put your hands together for yourself as I welcome the session. Even I personally have been waiting for a long time. This is the raffle draw moment. I'm sure. Hey, clap now. If you want to clap, clap. If you want to sing, sing. Abi? All right. We have Trafficate in the house. This is the company that is, responsible for this particular segment of the day. Trafficate, can I get your representative? Okay, please come forward. Come forward. Thank you very much. They are one of our partners and sponsors of this very, very unique event. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Please put your hands together for them. We've been told that the first 200 persons would be getting a gift. Am I correct?
Not 200, but we're having 200 offers.
Yes, you have 200.
Coppers, yeah, I'm so glad to be here, and it's a great pleasure to be here with everyone. Okay. All right, my name is Babarinde Favor, and I'm the representative of Trafficate, and we are handling this or organizing this. Let me put it that way. So this is just, I'm happy to be here once again, and in situations like this, I like to speak regarding it. Why? Because we all know that Nigeria is not smiling actually. Okay, take for example, I'm going to share my story. So I was able to serve at Enugu State. So yeah, and also I graduated from Obafemi Awolowo University, and we graduated with a very small grade. I graduated with first class, and then I was able to have the opportunity of serving in a university. So where am I going with this is that there is no job out there. Don't get me wrong. Going to school is right, studying is right, but you just have to do some other things. You have to look outward. You have to do more things. Even if you get the job, you still need to do more things, because 33K they do anything again these days. They even last 1 week. All right, so now I'm going to paint a picture, or let me just use this quote from Lai to info of info, right? So yeah, I'm going to share this now, and with the current situation, we all know what the economy is saying. I was discussing with one of my friends yesterday, and okay, we were discussing about the dollar rates, 1,650 if I'm right, as at yesterday. So now we can see that the economy is just crumbling day by day, and there's nothing we can do. We are in it already. We need to do more. We need to do better. So yeah, I want us to pay close attention, because we are having cash gifts. We are having some other gifts here that we want to share during this raffle draw. All right. So back to my economical talk. That means we all have to do more things. And these days, when I see status, I see I'm taking orders. Everybody don't turn Arike pre-order. So now, this is an opportunity to let me put it this way, my Arike pre-orders. That is, okay, imagine this scenario that you are able to like order a product at a very cheap price. Like, let me say, at wholesale
across
price.
the state,
Now,
and they are spreading their tentacles. It's a privilege and an honor to invite to the podium my very dear sister and friend, Coach Cynthia Gabriel. Please put your hands together for her. You see the way I've started correcting myself? Please, when she comes forward, she'll be doing us the honor of anchoring this event. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Please, can we please applaud our amazing MC? Even though she has been doing well, can we please applaud her? You can do better, right? You can do better. Carpus we. That's not enough. Carpus we. Excellent greetings, everyone. My name is Cynthia Gabriel, and it is such an honor to be moderating the panelist session. Today's discussion is on NYSC What Next, and we are moving. Please, can we make welcome our panelists? They are distinguished. I want you to do something for me. As I call on somebody, I want you to please applaud the person. Please, I have the Joseph Ade Oshun. Can we please applaud the Joseph Ade Oshun? He's a brand strategist. Keep clapping. Come on, keep clapping till I say stop. He's a brand strategist and a social entrepreneur. You're welcome, sir. Good to have you here. The next on my list is Mr. Walkocha. I hope I'm correct. Chijioke. Please, can we applaud? Campus, we're not doing well. Please keep clapping. Mr. Chijioke is an ED, motivator, script, Africa. Keep clapping. You're welcome, sir. Good to have you. Okay, the next on my list is Mr. Olukuntoye. Please come and help me with these names. These names are challenging. Okay, good to have you, sir. He is the creative director, Pearl Nova Culture, and founder of Hello Oshobo. Please, can we applaud him? Come on. Are we tired? Please don't be tired yet. The next on my list is somebody I respect so much. He is the person of Mr. Adebayo Philip. Come on. You can do better. Mr. Adebayo Philip is the director of operations, Real Exploit Concept. And we have the convener of today's program, Mr. Nifemi. Come on, as I'm calling the name, you're clapping. Mr. Nifemi Ojo. Woo! You're welcome, sir. You're welcome. All right. We are ready. Campus, are we ready? That's not enough. Are we ready? Somebody said no. We are ready. Okay, today we explore the possibilities beyond NYSC. Today our panelists will share their experience, insights, and advice on life after NYSC. The first question goes to Mr. Adebayo. Let's start with staying back after NYSC. Staying back after NYSC. What motivated you to stay back in the state of Osun and after completing your NYSC?
Okay, if I get it correctly, what motivated me to stay back after NYSC?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Even though I have started business before I went for the NYSC, I moved from Ofa in Kwara State to Oshogo because I saw the opportunity here. Then there was lights about 19 hours, 20 hours. And I see the way people do things here. They just sluggish, as if they don't have anything doing. And once it's 5, people here will close. So I saw that opportunity, and at that time, the former governor, Aregbesola, was doing a whole lot of things in the state. And I said, since I have the understanding that anywhere you see people, there is money there. So that means there are loads of opportunity here. So if people say there is no money in a particular place, or they tag Oshun as a civil servant state, me, I will just smile. It's because of total misconception. The people you see, they have needs. So what will you do? What will you give them in exchange? So people are loaded. It depends on what you can give them in exchange that will make them to part with their hard-earned money. So there is money here in Oshun. Look around you. Every time people are complaining, but you are seeing beautiful houses. You are seeing businesses coming up in spite of the challenges. So those are the things that I saw, and I'm grateful to God. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Mr. Chijioke, the next question is for you. How has your decision to stay back impacted your personal and professional growth? How has your decision to stay back in Osun State, how has it impacted your personal and professional growth?
All right, thank you. First of all, we say it's a privilege to be here. All right, so after 2020, when I finished my service, I walked towards the path of self-discovery. So when I have the opportunity to speak, I tell people, when you have the time to spend for yourself, first thing you must do is to discover yourself. Purposeful living is something that can actually help someone to thrive in life. And again, I understand my core purpose in life. I understand what I was meant to be and where I am going to. So that actually gave me the direction that I was heading to, right? So when I have the opportunity to speak, I tell people that your direction matters more than your speed. And I was directed to stay in Osun State. And wherever you are, it depends if you see it. The land is green everywhere you are. All right, so I will actually say that yes, it has been very impactful, because I was able to discover and I was able to run with it. So our ability for you to discover yourself, discover your purpose, and run with it is what matters. It doesn't matter the duration, because for anything of long-lasting value stand the test of time. So if you have this self-awareness about who you are and running with it, then the location does not matter, because you must thrive and you will surely thrive. Thank you.
Thank you. So we have to discover our purpose and ourselves. Thank you so much. The next speaker, let's talk about choosing entrepreneurship over white-collar jobs. Now, what inspired you to venture into business instead of pursuing a white-collar job?
Thank you very much. And okay, firstly, my name is Omalade Yanu. And I think in this part of this conversation, I want to have the audience attention, please. Can I have your attention? Because this is one part of my life that I always like talking about and boasting about too. So firstly, I'm going to be very practical this time around. How do I look? How do I look? I know I look good, you don't need to tell me. So the thing is either you are too tired to say it or you are too shy to say it, but I look good. So, where am I going to with these few statements? The thing is, for me, I always believe life is about demand and supply. this concept of demand and supplies goes beyond just the economic part. It goes beyond every other, the commerce part. Demand and supply is something, is a concept that you need to live by in your day-to-day activity if you want to survive anywhere. So, the old-fashioned thing for me was from passion, but aside that, it was me seeing something that is demanding and ready to supply it. And I want to reinstate this fact that as a person, you need to either create a demand and always prepare a supply for it, or prepare a supply for what's being demanded for already. So I've always worked by these rules, and that's what has always brought me to innovating or probably recreating anything. And when it comes to supply, it's not really about products, it could even be value. So if you're working to anyone at any point to get something from them, you need to understand that you have to have something to trade for it, like Mr. Adebayo said the other time. So in my own personal phase as an entrepreneur, what I saw was, okay, there's a demand for fashion already, which is quite limited when it comes to Nigerian market, especially the Nigerian-made products. I think recently I self-acclaimed myself as a product Niger ambassador, and I'm always trying to create a demand for what's being made in Nigeria. So this is exactly where I'm going to. From head to toe, what I'm wearing is made in Nigeria, and this is a product made in Nigeria. And I'm sure lots of people here might have reservation about it, but this is purely made in Nigeria. So the thing is, I try as much as possible to create a demand for what I feel can be monetized or converted at the end of the day. And that was what pushed me into the whole fashion thing. That was what pushed me into the whole shoemaking thing per se. So it's out of passion and out of a concept of demand and supply. Thank you.
Out of passion and out of concept of demand and supply. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, your question. What specific challenge or challenges did you face? The challenges you faced when starting your business, and how did you overcome them?
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. And so for my own self, I don't run an exact business like everybody here. I run a social enterprise, and a social enterprise would mean that we derive profits. We also do things that engages the community. That is community development. So you can describe my organization as a non-profit. That's what naturally you would call an NGO. But it's a little bit different with social enterprises. With social enterprises, you can make profits, but the profits has to be driven back into the non-profit. I don't know if you understand that. Maybe you might have to get familiar with your CAC documentation. So for me, the challenges I've particularly faced is, community development needs money. For you to go into any community, you need money. But that's not even the most important. You also need people who are ready or who are passionate enough to want to go with you. That would mean that we don't have the money to pay like businesses like my ogas. Yeah, you understand. But we have people who we know that they are passionate enough. However, we are finding more people now that are less passionate but want more money. So that's one of the challenges we face. We have people who are less passionate about things. If you don't give a damn about your community, how do you want the community to give a damn about you? So every day you are littering your room. Just take for instance, every day you eat biscuits, you eat cake, shawarma, pizza, you litter your room. You can expect in 1 month you start developing malaria. But that's what we have in this country. We want a country that gives back to you. What have you given to the country? I know you say, I went to school, I did, as my Oga analyzed, 17 years in the school. What particularly have you given back? For my own self, I moved from Lagos, moved to Osun State, started something. I'm not from Osun State, by the way. I'm from Ekiti State. Do you understand? So I just moved from Lagos, packed my things one day, moved to Osun State, started a non-profit. I didn't have billions of naira. I started something from where I thought I could start from. And one of that things bettered the vision that the convener currently has. So you need to start from somewhere. But as I said, one of the challenges, we have people who are less passionate, but they want more money. Yeah, thank you.
You need to be passionate, all right? Please, can we applaud him for that? Okay, Mr. Nifemi Ojo, let's talk about career development and growth. This question says, how has your career evolved since starting your business? And what significant milestones have you achieved?
All right, thank you very much for this question. And also to our core members, I want to believe that this is actually one of those sessions we have been waiting for, that we also give clarity to some questions we have in our minds. All right, so that question, I would like to be brief, but at the same time, also say that what I actually studied in school is not what I'm practicing at the moment. So if we are to look at it career-wise, I graduated from the Federal University of Technology, Akure, the best university in Nigeria, right? Argue with your lecturer. All right? And I spent 6 years in school. I did pre-degree with 5 years course, quantity surveying. All right? So while I went for IT in my 400 level, I realized that if I would love to be a professional quantity surveyor, or you want to call it a cost engineer, it will take me about additional 7 years to be professionally rooted in that line. And I looked at myself, at the same time I said, do I really want to do 9 to 5 job? Because right when I went for my IT, that was when I realized that I love and I cherish my time. I love to, I want to do my thing, not necessarily have to take permission that I won't be at work and all of those things. I'm not saying this to talk down white collar jobs. What I'm trying to say now is I decided to venture into business because I know if I should go in that career path, apart from the fact that I had already spent 6 years in FUTA, then additional 7 years. So it's going to be a long thing. And I decided to make my business my own chosen career. And it has been awesome since inception. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Please, can we applaud Mr. Nifemi? Thank you. Okay, sir, a question. How do you stay updated? I beg your pardon. How do you stay updated with industry trends and developments to ensure your business remains competitive?
Okay, so you are asking how do we generally stay updated? Okay, so I might need to tweak that question a little bit. There are industry trends that are just trending, and there are trends that makes you relevant. So you have to be able to decipher the dichotomy between the two of them. So there are trends that are trending. I mean, you can jump on a TikTok challenge, it can boost your marketing or your visibility, but does it necessarily guarantee your relevance in business? I don't think so. I mean, another thing is that you can be known for something, a trend can make you known for something, but relevance is naturally based on knowledge. That's the very first thing. So the very first thing you need to sort after is knowledge. In anything you are doing, if you want to be relevant, seek after knowledge. I was still telling my Oga at the top that I recently just concluded a program in Lagos Business School. He too was saying, oh, I also want to take a course in Lagos Business School. That is how you keep going after people or places or institutions that guarantee knowledge. Now the second thing is networking. I can't overemphasize the power of networking. Amongst us here, there are commissioners. It is true. I went to, since my brother mentioned his university, I went to OAU and I finished from civil engineering. It's not a small course, right? And if you know the SWAL Commissioner for Youth and Sports or your state, he is a civil engineer who was in the same class as I was. Do you understand that? There are people here that will become different people. Even you yourself, you'll become different people in the future. How do you cherish the people beside you? How are you networking? Naturally, you come to events like this and you go home just the same way you came. That's really not good, right? You need to start networking because it is important. It keeps you relevant. There's someone seated beside you that knows something you don't know. There's someone seated beside you that might guarantee you into another phase of your business that you might not be opportune to go into if you don't know those persons. My Oga was saying something about meeting people where he had to collect some loan and he didn't have to sign documents. You know, there's such a thing that comes with character. It's bankable. That's why. If he doesn't have a character that somebody can trust, nobody will give him money. Do you understand that? So, who do you know is important to your relevance? Another thing is take charge of technology. I can't also say this enough. You know how some people are saying that, wait, I need to correct that. Not every technological trend is for everybody. Because everybody wants to be, as a new business, you are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, you will just drain yourself. Sometimes it's just okay to find your strength. If you believe that Instagram is your strength, do Instagram. If you believe TikTok is your strength, do TikTok. Naturally, your audience will find you. It's just normal. There are people who will naturally open TikTok because of a particular celebrity they want to go and follow. There are people who will naturally, this fella guy wasn't really on Instagram before, but people will go on TikTok and go and watch his videos. So it's natural for you to follow a technological trend, but know the one that is most important. If you are looking for relevance
and advice,
but if you
what are some valuable lessons you've learned throughout your entrepreneurial journey? Please share with us.
Okay, thank you very much. As for that aspect, it's a whole lot. I can't even pinpoint one. But one thing I'll always tell people is, as an entrepreneur, understand that your market is not for everyone and try as much as possible to have a targeted audience. I think that would really help in you tailoring down your primary audience. Like my brother here was saying now, he said you just open a business and you open Twitter, Facebook, Insta. It can be draining. I will tell you for a fact. You need to understand what your strength is. Like myself now, I think I'm more Instagram and TikTok savvy. And I have a Twitter account, but I'm not active because I believe the whole Twitter thing is for people of war and banters, and I'm not that kind of person. So I'm not trying to compromise myself and fit myself into a space like that. So I look for my strength. I know Instagram is my strength because of the kind of content that goes viral there. I know TikTok is my strength, and I try as much as possible to be focused. So you need to understand your audience, and you need to understand the power of consistency, like staying consistent over time. The one thing about consistency I will tell you is it's always a long end game. It's not really about what you get now from being consistent. I will take this as an example. I think way back 2019 or 2020, I always enjoy going for seminars like this. Probably anyone I just see around, I feel I'll get value from this. I go for it. So there was this seminar the chief of staff organized, then the Osun State chief of staff. So I went for this seminar and we're just there. We registered online, it's for free though. I'm sure a lot of people would have passed that and be like, nah, big men, they do this kind of thing. But I was like, why not? If not, I have a business, I can be in this space. So I registered, it was at Araura. When I got to this seminar, we were something around less than 100. And we had to use this small conference at Araura. But what am I trying to say? When I got there, the kind of people I met there, I had to readjust myself. Because okay, I met the CEO of Araura in Ibadan. I met lots of notable people, and we're just sitting in same space. But the thing is, I had to understand the concept of networking and how to carry myself, and at the end of the day, chip myself into the midst of all these people. What am I saying? After the conference, I got lots of contacts and all like that, because they don't know who I am, I don't know who they are. I know who they are, but normally too, I just have to hold my own ground. So I have these people's contacts, and one thing I always make sure when I network with people, I make sure you have my number saved on your phone. I don't want to bore you, I don't want to get home and start texting you, I don't want to get you bored. So I get their contacts, I make sure they save my own contacts. And over time, I had this person that has been checking through all my my status, and I've been consistent with uploading my products every time. For over a year, this band didn't buy anything from me, but I always enjoy having the number, because these days now it's always a game of number for any business. You need numbers. So after like a year and a half, this band just messaged me. I was like, hello, please, I'll be needing some products from you. Then when this man was going to send me screenshots of what he wants to get, they were things from, let's say, a year, 2 years ago would have uploaded, like my old designs. What am I trying to say? This person did not order from me immediately, but just because I've been consistent with what I do, he knows this is what this person does. He has accumulated everything he wanted to buy from me, and this man purchased something about 15 shoes that was running to over 500 and something thousand naira. So imagine I'm this kind of person that feels like I need to start making my gain instantly. And I see some WhatsApp CEO now, they will just put some things on their status like, if you are on my status and you've not bought from me for so time, I'm deleting numbers, I'm doing that and all. I don't really know what pushed people to do that. But the thing is, if you're an entrepreneur, it's always about the long gain for you. Imagine I've probably deleted the man's number because I feel I'm not catching out immediately. I would have lost a deal as much as that. For someone to order 15 shoes from me, it's a big deal. My shoes are not cheap. I will say that for a fact. So for anyone to order 15 shoes, it's a very big deal for me. So, and it's not even about that. It's about the calibers of people I met after this man patronized me. It's about every other person, because I always equate one customer to 10. Because from supplying one customer, if I give them a real good service, they tend to probably refer me to someone else, and someone else refers me to another person. So I'm very, very concerned about satisfying one customer, because I equate it to 10 at the end of the day. So firstly, you have to understand your targeted audience and make sure you move in their direction. Know where you can find them, go there most of the time. And secondly, you have to stay consistent. So make sure you put these people, put yourself in their faces and understand the power of subconsciousness, like putting yourself in these people's face, and subconsciously when they need it to patronize the products of yours, they get to be like, this person does this thing. That's because you programmed yourself in their subconscious. So you have to stay consistent to do that. Thank you very much.
Be consistent. Can we please applaud him for that wonderful one? Thank you so much. Mr. Chijioke, this question is for you. How do you balance risk-taking with caution in your business decisions? How do you balance risk-taking with caution in your business decisions?
Okay, I will practically say, okay, number one, I don't necessarily run a business, so I run a social enterprise, an organization that deals with the issues of mental health.
Couple Sui, we'll be giving you an opportunity to ask questions, so please get ready with your questions.
Yeah, sorry about that. All right, so trying to balance the risk in the organization that I run is quite something that one cannot really actually do without. Because before you know the risk in your business or in the organization which you are running, you might actually see yourself even running into it. But then, what I do, I will just share with us the practical steps that I take. One thing I have started since 2021 and I have been doing till date is one, walking in the shoes of people who have gone before me. You know, a lot of us these days, we don't prioritize mentorship. Now, when we ask you who is your mentor, some persons might actually be calling a lot of persons who does not do things or who do not do things that resonates with your personal aspiration or professional aspiration. Now, one question I would like us to ask ourselves is, who is your mentor? Who is your life coach? Who are you following after? Now, this has actually helped me to not fall into some traps that some of my mentors also fell into. Some mistakes that I made while growing my organizations, I am making sure that my mentees are not going to fall into the same mistakes or the same trap. So one practical step you need to do to avoid risk is having a mentor. And I think I can actually stop here. So the mentor can actually go a long way. And then you continue. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Talking about mentorship, Mr. Adebayo, this question is for you. What role has mentorship or networking played in your success? And how can others leverage these resources?
Okay, thank you. For me, there is no way you can succeed on your own. It is practically impossible. Now, for the role of mentors, to me, I understand it to be the way that the journey that you want to go to. They are already there. They're on that journey. So if you learn from them, it will make it easier for you to succeed on time. There was a time I wanted to borrow money from a particular bank, and I went to one of my mentors. He just looked at me and shook his head. He said, I don't know what you are complaining about. Oh. Just go and borrow this money and let's move. That was the word he gave me. And he gave me the practical example. And I thank God that I borrowed the money. You know, I talked about these days, some people are proponents of grants. You see, to me, it's an insult for us as a nation. How many people do you see in forefront that they collected handouts, grants? Because I remember that my mentor warned me about it. They will group people together, come and discuss your idea. And that idea that you discuss, you will see it as product or service in the society. So that my mentor really helped me and say, go and borrow this money and let's move. So the stand of mentor is to shorten your journey of success. When you want to misbehave, they will guide you. And remember, he said he did something. He bought, I want to talk about good debts. He bought a land for so amount of money. And from that land, he put it up there. So some mechanic came and he wanted to use the land. And within 5 years, what they gave back to him paid for the land. And about 5 or 6 years ago, I went to him, so we went to bank together. He said they paid some millions of naira. He sold the land eventually, and he wants to go and share some money with some people, those who helped to sell the land. And I asked him how much. He said it is something million. I just look at him and I said, okay, don't worry. I will do the same. So because of what my mentor did, and I know if I do the same via discipline, the same thing will work for me. I did it and it's just like magic. So I'm here to say, look around you. Who can you benchmark your life after? Who can you submit to? That even when you want to misbehave, they will put you in check. Because the journey of an entrepreneur is a lonely journey. And if you don't have mentor, forget it. I don't know how you want to succeed and succeed big. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. To succeed, you need a mentor. Mr. Nifemi, the last question is for you. What final advice would you offer to those considering staying back after NYSC?
Oh, wow. Yes, I think this is actually one of the goals of this program. It was NYC that brought me to Osun State in 2018. That's about 6 or 7 years ago. And I remember before the posting was done, I'd already told myself, anywhere they carry me go, I'd stay. But I know I was not going to Borno State. All right, that's just by the way. And when I realized that I was posted to Osun State, before that time I'd only been to Osogbo, I think once or twice. I love the fact that electricity here is wonderful. So making that decision for me to stay back was easier. But at the same time, when it was getting close to my POP time then, we had some of our guys, fellow core members, they'll be telling us there is nothing in Osogbo. I'm talking about 2018. You can imagine now we have some things in Osogbo. Osogbo is looking more beautiful now. But at that time, we really cannot or could not, point at some things that maybe want to interest you to stay back. But I decided I was going to stay back. I'm not going back home. I was not going to be a liability to anybody. So I decided to stay back. And staying back was not smooth. It wasn't smooth. When it was about a month to my POP, I got a job. I know a lot of you will be thinking, oh, you got an oil company job or something. No. I got a job at a security, at a cement depot as a security guy. I was happy. Yes, you know why? I remember when I called my mom and I told her I'd already gotten a job, she was so happy. Back then at home, she shared testimony. You know how our African mothers now, that yes, my pikin don't finish service, she don't get job. But it was a security job. If you know Osogbo very well, maybe I should not mention the place anyways. So at night, mosquitoes were feeding on my flesh. At several points, I would land at Onward Hospital. I wasn't carrying cement, but just because of mosquito bites. So when it was, getting close to a year, I decided to leave. Because I realized then that anytime I wanted to go visit my parents or my people, we're only having 2 days off. Earlier I talked about I cherish my time and all of that, independence and all that. So I realized that it was not actually working for me. I had to relax, I had to stay back. And after then, things actually got worse. When I had to return home, it was my mom that even sent me tea to come home. So it was worse. But when I returned back from home and I decided to venture into digital marketing, which is one of the things we do at Nifemi Ojo Enterprise, since that time, it has been massive. Currently, we have over 200 students that we have trained on how to carry out CAC registrations. You don't need to have an office. You can be in your home, you can be wherever you are with access to internet, you can carry out CAC registrations. We have trained over 200. We have also carried out over 1,000 registrations. So what am I trying to say in essence? When I decided to stay back, I wasn't saying I needed to go to Lagos, as a lot of members would do or think that, okay, Lagos is where things are actually happening. But right here in Osogbo, let me tell you one thing, a lot of people, even in Lagos, in Abuja, they are still not aware of what we have happening here in Oshogbo. They don't know the potentials that we have here in Oshogbo yet. But if you can actually stay back and you decide to start pushing, be consistent in that thing that you have chosen to do, I can tell you, the land of Oshogbo is green and is fertile. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please, we can do better. Thank you. Thank you. Corpus we. Are we tired? Corpus we. Over to you. I just need 5 of you to ask questions.
What are the strategies you inculcated in overcoming the competitive challenges?
Okay, you mean competitive challenges?
This is the world of competitions. What are the strategies you inculcated in overcoming the competitive challenges?
Okay, first of all, a product entrepreneur, and I make everything I sell. Not like I don't resell, I make everything I sell. So firstly, as a product entrepreneur, one thing you should take as a core value is to give out quality. I think when you're dishing out quality, you are in competition with yourself and not with anyone else. But that doesn't mean you should not define your competitors and look for strategies to make sure you are always ahead of them. So firstly, I make sure I'm giving out good quality products. That gives me that satisfaction to push ahead with my marketing and be rest assured that, okay, I've really done my assignment, which is my primary assignment. And aside that, I talked about consistency the other time, which is a very, very big aspect of the whole thing. I try to stay consistent and not just being consistent with same thing. I try as much as possible to make sure I'm dishing out new designs and I'm not really getting my audience bored of the whole thing. So I try as much as possible to make sure I'm always up to date on designs also.
Thank you very much. My second question goes thus. When we are into a business, we have 2 terms, which is the profit making and the...
When an opportunity arises and I need to communicate to people about what I do, does that mean that I am going to tell them that I'm so sorry, I'm not a public speaker, I'm just a writer? I mean, I need to be better in this niche than the other. But I feel like sometimes we forget our weakness, that we feel like, okay, if I am not going to shift away from my strength, but I'm still going to water my weakness. And talking about social media platforms, so I'm sorry, sir. When we are talking about, okay, let me just say, people are getting in Twitter, in Facebook, and I am forgetting TikTok, I am forgetting Instagram. I feel like there is something we need to like shift to that Instagram and TikTok, because one of these days, I work with a brand as a social media manager, and this brand, we focus on Facebook, Instagram, IG, and LinkedIn. So we decided to like, okay, let's go into TikTok these days. Let's go into TikTok, and I feel like, okay, we started posting on TikTok. Then I realized that there are a lot of people that actually want our service on TikTok, even than the platforms we'll be focusing on, because there are Gen Zs on TikTok. And when we are thinking that we are in tech world, there are also Gen Zs scrolling through TikTok that wants to apply for the kind of thing we are doing.
All right. Thank you very much. I mean, she has asked a very beautiful question. So 2 questions that she asked. Yes. The very first one is, simply put, is that if we focus too much on our strengths, are we not forgetting our weaknesses? So let me give you a principle of life, right? Let's make it practical. Do you know Davido? You don't know Davido? I understand. Me too. I'm Wizkid fan, but I know Davido. So, but do you know Johnny Drill? Who is more popular? That's nice. Who is more popular among Davido and Johnny Drill? Davido. Do you know that Davido doesn't write most of his songs? Yes, everybody knows that. But do you know that Johnny Drill writes all of his songs? 100, Abi. Johnny Drill's strength is in writing, but it didn't make him as popular as Davido. Davido's strength is not in writing, it's just in singing that is not available. Right? What do you know Davido as? He's singing. Naturally, when you focus on your strengths, it helps you cultivate your weaknesses. And interestingly, it even improves it. If Davido is to sit down here and compose a song, I'm sure he will come up with something. Yes or no? But right from time, he has always been singing other people's songs or other people's songs that they wrote. Do you understand? So it is natural that when you focus on your strengths, it's just a principle of life. You can use it to anything. Focus on your strengths, it will start helping your weaknesses. Now the second question, I know he looks off. Please, let me give her, because this is very important, let me give you another practical example. If it's important that we clear this. If you want to push this speaker, if you want to push it down, right? Okay, there's something there. Okay. If you want to push this speaker down, okay, if a child wants to push this speaker down, naturally, a small child should not be able to push this speaker. In your own thoughts, you are thinking, this child is small, he cannot push this thing. If you focus on that thing, this speaker will not go down. Now, what are the strengths that child can have? Now, that child can know an egbon that is bigger. The child can go and you can tell that child, go and call your mommy to come and push this speaker. That is a strength for that child. The child can go and call his mom or his dad to push. You have removed your thought process from the weakness. Weakness being is a small child. He cannot push this speaker. You've taken it to the strength. The small child has someone that can push this. So always focus on your strength. Always. It's a principle of life. You don't know how to speak, but you know how to write. Keep writing. Who knows? Maybe one day you'll be the one writing the speech that the president will be giving. You know, there are people that write that speech. Do you understand? You don't, and naturally with time, you will see that they will call you one day to come and speak about your writing. Do you understand that? You are not a good speaker, but they will call you one day because you've been so good at writing, but they will call you to come and speak, and you will speak. Then she asked the second
to present to you what we do in Bank of Industry. But I have a question to ask. The question I want to ask you is, how many of us have heard about Bank of Industry? Hello? How many of us have heard about Bank of Industry? How many of us have heard about GT Bank or Access Bank? That is too bad though. That means you have not been following news or television, because if you are watching TVs, you will have seen BOI activities on channels and NTA. On NTA on Monday 8 p.m. to 8:30, and on channels on Tuesday and Thursday between 8:30 and 9 p.m. Please, I'm giving you an assignment. I want you to be watching BI program so that you will see those who have benefited from this bank. Then, what is Bank of Industry? Bank of Industry is oldest development different financial institutions that government established to cater for our businesses or to support our businesses. How does BOI establish? BOI was established in October 2001 when 3 banks were merged together. The 3 banks that merged together is Nigeria Industrial Development Bank, Nigeria Bank for Commerce and Industry, and NAFOND. So these 3 banks were merged together to form Bank of Industry because all of them, they are operating in the same way. So the former president, President Olusegun Obasanjo, during his tenure, he now discovered that since these 3 banks are doing the same operation, that they should be merged together. And that is how BOI was established. Then when BOI was established, is to support our businesses, and anyone who is a Nigerian can benefit from BOI loan. Then how do you benefit from BOI loan? Firstly, you need to apply to the bank, and before you can be disbursed to, you need to meet some criteria. So one of the things you need to do before BOI can support you is to register your business, either enterprise or limited, through CAC, that is Corporate Affairs Commission. So if you have met all the bank's criteria, you can be assured that your businesses will be supported. And in what way do we support our businesses? BOI only supports those who are into manufacturing or production or agri sector. We are not like commercial bank that they support all businesses. BOI doesn't support buying and selling. But if you are into production, you are sure of getting the loan from BOI. And another thing we also do in BOI, when you submit your application, you will need to visit your business location to be sure that you are well established. And when we visit, we need to be convinced that truly you need that support. Because you cannot just come and tell us you need 10 million and we just give it to you without doing our process. So once you submit your application and your name, you have been registered with CAC, then we'll visit your business location and we'll do our normal process. And after doing this process, we are sure that once you submit your application to the bank, within 2 to 3 months, once your application is being processed, you will get the facility disbursed. And another thing is that we don't give physical cash because there is a process before the money can be disbursed. We don't give cash to our customers. What we normally do is we ask you to get pro forma invoice of whatever you want the bank to finance for you. You submit it along with your applications, and once you are able to process and we get approval, by the time we are to disburse, the money will be disbursed directly to the supplier, and you are the one to look for the supplier, not the bank. But whatever you submit to us, and after the approval, that is the person we are disbursing to. And the bank has about 35 branches nationwide. So wherever your business location is, that is the state office you will go to and submit your application and the application will be processed. And once it is processed, then they will disburse. And we also have different types of products that you can benefit from. We have a product from.
I have come to challenge you that there is more. If as young as I am, I can push myself with my weaknesses, and my weakness became a strength, then how much more you that has the degree and has the intellect? So arise, great men. There is no more time. What it takes to be you is you. And if you are not careful, I will replace you. I remain Adeboye Access in Irere. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Can we meet you?
My name is Ayogu Lawrence Ndubuisi.
Where are you serving? Where's your PPA?
I'm currently serving with Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps.
So, please, can you be audible? So, what's your reason for coming here, and what did you gain from today's lecture?
Well, I was informed there was a program coming up. I never knew what the program was all about. But when I got to the venue and the program progressed, I actually learned it was actually about entrepreneurship and what you could do actually after your NYSC when you could not gain job. So I learned that after NYSC you could take up any entrepreneurship job and you'll be able to be financially independent.
I hope this lecture has given you a heads up on what you want to do next after NYSC.
At least I held down a particular entrepreneurship job, which is graphics design, and actually I work on it to make sure I'm financially independent. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
My name is Olutokun Olasunbo.
Okay, thank you for coming to the program. Please
thank you.
What corps members are here to benefit? What can they benefit from this program?
There are a lot of things corps members can benefit from. From this program, they will be able to meditate, think, what's next after the service year, and this platform has created a space for them to activate what they actually want to do after the service year.
So do you think this program has already gave them what they want and why they came here today?
Sure, it has.
Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
All right, my name is Praise Patience Andrew. Yes.
Where are you serving? Your local government?
Yeah, I'm serving here in Fakule.
Where's your PPA?
Okay, my PPA is here in Fakule. Yes.
So please, why did you come here today? And please, can you tell us what you gained from the lecture you had today?
Okay, well, actually, I heard about this. What after NYSC, what next? Well, I came to learn the next phase of life. You understand? So, and apart from that, so that I can better myself and become much more better than I am.
So, from the lectures today, what were you able to learn? What's your contribution?
Wow.
Do you have a focus on what you want to do after NYSC?
Yeah, actually, like the personnel that came, they were mind blowing. I need to applaud them. I'm grateful for the convener for this program. I'm so grateful because I learned a lot actually. So I learned. Okay, I'll just say two things that I learned. I learned on one, based on my career, that I should learn to focus on my strengths and not on my weaknesses. That is one. And then two, that I should also make rooms for my weaknesses and also ensure that I advance in it, like kind of not letting it overcome the strength that I have. You get. Then and another section again that I learned about was about having a mentor. Like this is mind blowing because myself, I see myself like in the next 5 years as a chef. I'm already into it, but this mentor of a thing helps me to understand that there are people that are already there that I need to follow up, and then if I follow them up, then definitely I will have that result that they have. So that was it. Thank you very much. I appreciate. Thank you, ma.
Yes, this is Nifemi Ojo.
So, as the convener of today's program,
All right.
what
The reason behind this program is actually, we are out here just to make impact and to help these core members understand that, yes, we understand that there is life after NYC. We've actually walked through this path as well. Then we really want to help them to understand that what you are earning now, even if it is not going to be enough or it will stop at the end of your service here, but there is real life, real world after your service here. So, and to help them to be financially independent and to be responsible, individuals in our society.
Do you think you were able to achieve that? Do you think all core members here now know what to do after NYC?
Well, that question is actually, there is no direct answer to that. The reason is simple because it is not everyone that has come here that if we have 500 core members, let's say we had 500 core members, it may not really be all of them that would have been, but at least if one person is impacted, that one person can light up the whole world. So that's just good. That's our joy. But yes, of course, a reasonable number of people have been impacted and we are good. Thank you so much.